So I want to show you very, very quickly how you submit assignment number 4, and then by extension, anytime you're submitting a root folder that's not a link, because we haven't talked about hosting yet, you will do this method called zipping or compressing, okay? And before we get too far into it, I want to let you all know again that I've got some medical stuff going on that I'm working through, which has been a little bit distracting. So I don't have a PowerPoint today. It's a little bit more rushed, and I want to apologize for that just because I've got a lot on my mind at the moment. You guys just keep doing what you're doing, but I wanted to let you know that's why things are a little bit lighter yesterday and today. But that being said, I have a very quick, very brief lesson to show you before I open up the Minecraft server. Since it's Friday, I like doing something fun for y'all on Friday, or with y'all on Friday. Hi, welcome in. I want to show you how to do what's called compressing a root folder, okay? I've used the analogy... Hi, welcome in. I've used the analogy that your root folders are a lot like binders. You can also think about them like backpacks, okay? This is my actual work backpack right up here at the front. I have packed my backpack with specific things that I need to do, or I need to have during the workday, just like all of y'all have specific things in your backpack that you need to do your job as a student, right? Think about your root folders the same way. The root folder is going to contain everything that's necessary for a website to function, just like it contains everything that's necessary for you to succeed as a student, generally speaking, right? In order to submit your quote-unquote backpack, submit your quote-unquote binder, you first have to zip it up, and this is called compressing, okay? We've very briefly been introduced to the idea that a root folder has a specific need, like with the public subfolder, the different types of naming that you need in order for your root folder to work. The cool part about zipping, otherwise known as compressing, is when you do that, it preserves all of those steps and allows you to share just a single file around, okay? If you tried to just upload a folder, it might not take everything that's necessary. It might simplify it and remove all of your local links like you saw in the image demonstration yesterday. Or if you weren't here yesterday, there are videos from both periods to check out. Zipping a folder is something you'll be doing a lot in this class, and the more you work with computers with multiple different kinds of files. It's very, very easy to do, but I wanted to make sure you know why you're doing it before we get into it, okay? The extremely simple process of zipping up your root folder, and it is the only file type that's acceptable for assignment number 4, is you first have to find your folder in the File Explorer, okay? We're using this guy entirely right now. Once you're done in VS Code, you will not need to do any of the zipping or compressing in VS Code. It's all going to be inside of your File Explorer, okay? Let me close my preview window so it looks a little something like yours. Find your root folder to start off. Mine is in my OneDrive, and then you can tell because of the naming scheme that I went over, your A4 is probably from 2026, and then February, and then 24th, except you're not period 5, you're period 4. You compress a folder by first selecting it. You see you have it selected right here with the little box outline. You right-click with your middle finger, and then very simply you go down to compress to, and then you choose a zip file, okay? Right here in the middle. This is the first step, is to right-click on it, go to compress to, and then pick zip file. Once you click on zip file, it's going to add a folder with a zipped up version with the same exact file name, except it's got this .zip file extension at the end of it. And I'll have a chance to check in with you guys one-on-one if you need that, okay? All you have to do once you hit compress to zip file is hit enter, and it will... What's up? No, I'm talking. Okay, gotcha. This is the one with the zipper on it, the one that you're going to submit to Canvas, okay? Now, why I want you to think about these like backpacks is you know what's inside of your backpack, but in order to get in there, you have to unzip it, okay? The same is true for file folders. You know, or generally know, what the contents of that folder are, but nothing can access it until you unzip the folder. And you don't have to do that later. We've zipped it up for now. You've sealed your A5 or your A4 folder into this zip, otherwise known as an archive, and then you can upload this archive to Canvas, okay? Let me show you how that works so you can see exactly how it happens. Let's go to assignments, and look for assignment number 4, div practice. This is in process, and it's also just for practice. So remember, I'm not grading it very harshly. I just want you to be experimenting since it's our first assignment after a break. Okay? We're going to click on the rocket ship. It only allows zip files. So if you go to your OneDrive, you're only going to see, oh, maybe not. Where did my zip folder go? That's PowerPoint Party. It's right here. Make sure you're seeing the one with the little zipper icon. You can see it's got all of my folders in here from my OneDrive, and I have probably quite a few more than you. But you want to find the A4 project folder that's zipped up. Click on it, click open, and then you'll see it will upload like so. I know you know how to submit stuff on Canvas, but I want to get this recorded just in case you want to go back and see why yours is not working. If I tried to upload a folder that's not zipped, for example, let's do my 2022-23 folder, it's just going to open it because it's looking for a zipped up folder. You can see all of these, or none of these, have little zipper icons, which means I am not able to actually submit them, or I'm not able to drag and drop them onto the Canvas page. You see it'll say invalid file type. Okay? Once you've done that, you click submit assignment, and then I'll grade them over the weekend. That's all you need to do. You'll be practicing this plenty. If you see this little kind of frustrated looking, kind of bummed looking clipboard, you did it correctly. If it says preview unavailable and you see that .zip, you have correctly zipped up your folder. Okay? Does that make sense? Very simple. You're zipping up your backpack. You know everything that's contained within that backpack, and then you are turning the backpack in for grading. Cool. That being said, oh, question? Yeah, do we have any questions? You zip the whole folder. Because by zipping the whole folder, you preserve everything that's inside the folder and allows me to quickly download it and access it. So if you just zip your public folder, I will be missing your HTML. I'll just get your images or whatever else you put in your public folder. Are there any other questions? Okay, awesome. If you need some specific help or if you need to finish up A4, you have some time to do that. If you would rather pay Minecraft, I also understand. You can do that too. I'm going to open up the server here shortly. Anybody can join, and you will have an exit task here at the end of it. Okay, I'll be right there. I can hear... I'll help you with your specific stuff here in just a second, all right? It's okay, guys.